Yo, can you hear me?
Yo, I can hear you. How's it going?
Pretty good. How are you doing, man?
I'm chilling. Okay, so what's up? What are we doing today?
So I guess I was hoping we could talk more about Falco Puff this fall.
Okay. So yeah, we went over pretty much all the basics last time, I think. So what's been going on in the matchup since then?
I think one big thing that you were emphasizing was I should be doing a lot of high lasers,
Mm-hmm.
high short hop lasers, kind of like at a certain like long range distance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just because it was really good at kind of stuffing Puff from being able to like short hop and set anything up,
Yeah.
or even full hop.
Mm-hmm. Mostly
But
to catch the full hop, but yeah.
yeah. Um, I guess the issue that I found when I was playing with that idea against this Puff was it seems kind of tricky if she kind of just chooses to double jump over the lasers a lot and stay kind of hovering over the range where the high lasers will hit and
Mm-hmm.
continue to threaten different drifts of falling bear versus resetting with another double jump.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so I think, yeah, I don't know. It feels like
Okay.
sometimes if she keeps going up into that space and setting up there, it feels kind of tricky to keep maneuvering around her. Um,
Okay. We can take a look at that. Yeah. Yeah, actually,
yeah.
so after we did our last lesson, like basically, I had a pretty good game plan for this matchup, but it wasn't one that I had really practiced very much. So since our last lesson, I was able to practice a little bit more against Puff. So I think I hopefully can give a little bit better sense of like certain little details and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think did you play Hunger Box, I think?
I did, but that was I played H box in tournament and I got 3-0'd, but that was I definitely got better at the matchup after that. I got to play Komodo a little bit. I had the local on Monday, and I 2-0'd him pretty convincingly, and then I've just been kind of practicing against whatever net play puffs I find, and the theory has been getting cleaner and cleaner, so we'll,
Okay,
we'll
yeah, that's
see
awesome.
what's going on here. Yeah, okay. The screen share is working and everything?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Okay, yeah, so this back air is just too preemptive. Right, this first one. Right here. Because Puff is actually, like, Puff comes in here pretty much as fast as she can. Vertically. So your back air should be more, like, you know that she's coming in from the side, but it needs to be timed based on her verticality. So, or based on, like, where she is vertically. So, like, right here, you jump, but you're back airing like way early. See how far away she is? This should definitely be coming out. Like you don't want to hit her with like a weak back air. This needs to hit her like just as it's coming out.
Mm, okay, so I think I just did it too early then. I guess
Yeah,
that's
like
the
it's
only.
just
Yeah.
it should always be like you can react to her drifting in and then just do like an instant bear and hit her.
Okay.
Or
Okay.
reacting to her potential to drift in. But you were doing it too early, almost like you're trying to like wall it or whatever, and it doesn't really work like that. It's more like you jump and then you see that she could drift in, so you put the back air out at like the time to beat her drifting in there.
Okay.
Okay, that was okay. All right. So this is Khalid the SoCal Puff, or
Yeah. Yeah. It is.
okay, sick. I like the guy. Okay. Okay. This stock looks like pretty good so far.
Yeah. Actually, every game started with me up like 4 stocks to 2 or something, or 3 stocks to
Mm-hmm.
1, and then losing. So.
Okay. I think here I guess the down air works. I'm not sure if up air kills here. It might if she DI's wrong. Um Nice, nice. Okay, so that was a good stock. Let's see what
Yeah. For
happens.
now.
Yeah. You're like, you know what's coming. Okay, so I
I think
feel
I do
like
just. a lot of awful backers.
Yeah, I feel like these are the type of weak back airs that lead a lot to like a shine or something against Fox, but against Puff,
Yeah.
it's just not really that useful. You could have done like a dare fade back or something, or just like jump away laser. Okay, so what happens right here? Okay, yeah, so the issue here was just you didn't get your laser out. As soon as you're at this range where she can't immediately hit you, you need to get the laser out to prevent her from getting to this position. But because you went for this kind of like wave dash in hard read thing, then you kind of hard read the up tilt and you get hit, and you could have just gotten arrested and died for that.
Right.
And then let's see. So this, yeah, they can kind of catch you here if they get that exact position. They can catch you short hopping or whatever. Remember, like I was saying, you can kind of CC or just like shield if you feel like you're in like a really rough spot right here. I don't think you I'm not necessarily saying, oh, you should have 100% shielded here, but the time she catches you, it's not really going to do too much. It was just like the fair. And you get shield poked. Looks like you're just not putting your lasers out. You're too... I think you think that she can get over to you faster than she can. So, like, when you're at this range, you should either be threatening... Or you should basically be doing high lasers while threatening, like, dares. And, you're kind of just doing, like, this, but, like... She couldn't even get hit by this back air if she tried, you know? Unless it was maybe, like a late back air. But even then, it's not going to do anything. This just, like... It doesn't solve any of your problems, and it's not in the plan, and it doesn't have a good success case. So there's just no reason to ever do it.
Yeah, I guess you're right. It does feel like I just don't feel safe lasering sometimes at this range.
Mm-hmm. But you should.
Yeah.
Like what can she do at this range to hit you? Like, what are you afraid of hitting you, you know?
Yeah, just in this screenshot, for sure, there's no way she could hit me. But I think in the moment, it kind of feels like the situations kind of blend together, and it's hard to recognize when she's too close.
Mm-hmm. I think you need to kind of realize how bad Puff is sometimes. It feels like you might be sort of imagining her threats as different from what they are. I'm not sure how much Puff you've played.
Almost none.
Okay, yeah. I would almost suggest just playing a little bit of Puff. Just, like, go on unranked and play a little bit of Puff or something. Especially against, like, a Falco. And just... You'll probably end up just freaking beating him anyway, because it's, like, an unranked Falco. And you'll be like, no, just kidding. But, but, like, you should definitely... Like, as Puff... When she's in, like, this spot where you're doing the back air, doing this attack is, like her somehow getting in and you needing to do this back air, this is, like, the furthest thing from her mind. Like, it's not even a possible anything. You know? Like, it's hard to describe it, but it really isn't, like, she can't do anything from there. And so you need to sort of understand what her threat ranges really are, because then when she gets into this position right here where you don't have the laser out, so in this position you can actually just hit her after the back air, like you could just short hop back air this or whatever, but if you let the back air finish and you're in kind of this spot, this is definitely an uncomfortable position where, like, she's kind of too far above you and you're in the corner, and it's okay, the laser here is good, but then you just kind of run in. I feel like, let's see, like, there's something, I think it looks like you just don't really get what Puff can do. And in your imagination, she can do a lot more than what she can actually do. That is, like, my current impression. I'm gonna keep watching
I think you're right that I don't have, like, a good internalized, like, understanding, like, matrix of what her threat ranges are.
It's kind of like, I don't know if we've done a Marth matchup thing, but I assume you're pretty good against, or decent against Marth.
We did.
Huh?
I was gonna say we did do a one mark lesson actually.
Okay, cool. So I think we probably went over how, like, you want to use the laser to, like, pin him down, and then when he tries to hit you, if you dash back out of the laser, he doesn't really have, like, any options that'll actually hit
Right.
you. And I think that, like, that feeling before you know how far Marth can reach out of a laser, and, like, the feeling that, like, you're never really safe for lasering and he might just kind of hit you, and not really knowing his exact range, and then comparing that to knowing his exact range and just very comfortably lasering, like, right outside of it, is, like, two really different feelings. And that's kind of, it kind of feels like that with Puff, where, like, you're kind of like, okay, I know the back air is good, but I desperately want to protect myself, so I'm going to use the back air here, maybe, or whatever, rather than, like, basically everything Puff does is, like, reactable. And you can kind of just chill and react to pretty much everything. And the more comfortable you
Yeah.
become with that, the easier it is to, like, when I am on stage with a Puff, I don't feel threatened. I don't feel like I'm going to get rested. I don't feel like they're going to sneak in and hit me anyhow. I feel like just by standing there and existing on the stage, I feel really, like, comfy. Like, I feel like there's nothing they can do. Go ahead, try something. I'm going to keep doing my high lasers. Like, nothing you try can actually hurt me. And that changes, like, the way your decision making, like, a lot in this matchup, I think. Because then you're not going for stuff like this, like this up air, because it's not in the plan. It doesn't make any sense. Or this up tilt. Like, you're just kind of putting moves. This laser's too low. They need to be, like, really high. Okay, good back air.
Yeah, I think sometimes I'm a little worried about. So like I have two thoughts about lasering at like that ideal range where you're just out of her threat zone.
Uh-huh.
I think the first is that like I don't really feel like I can meaningfully protect myself against all of the things she can threaten while I'm doing it. Like because I know that like if I'm shooting consecutive high lasers, then she can obviously like wave dash under the lasers, and technically I can kind of react to her wave dashing towards me, but then it kind of creates like a scramble situation that I'm not super practiced in, so I kind of panic and then don't know what to do. Or like she'll like jump over the lasers and then she starts kind of double jump back airing at a really
Okay,
high diagonal position.
How is your internet connection right now? Is it, like, playable?
Not the best, unfortunately. Yeah,
Okay.
we played before, yeah, and
Yeah.
yeah.
We could try. If you'd be down. I just want you to kind of do the thing with Puff you're talking about, and I can kind of show you what the Falco should be doing. I think that might help you.
Well, it comes up, I think, in this game.
Okay.
So if it comes up though, I can point it out, and you can. I think it would be helpful if you could like explicitly tell me what you think I could have done better about the situation. But
Well, that's part of why I wanted to go in the game and do it, so you could feel how safe the Falco feels from the Puff end when he's doing it.
yeah, the thing is, when I play Puff, if I play like any decent Falco, it feels awful. But then I can't figure out how to do that against Puff. I don't know what other good Falcos are doing. Like I just see them, I just feel them destroying me, but I don't understand it like on a deeper level.
Okay. Well, so the idea is mostly that, like, as Puff, her moves are pretty slow. Like, all of her moves come out pretty slow. They usually take quite a bit of time. And her job is to basically find a way in on you. And if she doesn't find a way in on you, she's going to get slowly lasered and then locked to the ground, and then eventually she'll get, like, down air shield poked or hit out of her wave dash or something like that. So she really feels pressured to find a way in, especially, like, right from the get-go of the game. Falco is already lasering her, so she's already, like, the one who has to approach. So her goal is kind of to find a way in, but the problem is that the majority of her plans get interrupted by the laser, both in the fact that, like, the laser completely takes away her aerial mobility because she's reset to 0 air velocity, like, not only does she have to restart her drift sideways, but she has to restart her fall, and it takes her a little while to like start really falling again because she's so floaty. And
Right.
it also makes her face towards you, so any plans involving like the back air are already kind of messed up. And so the idea is like she needs to get in on you, and she can't really get in front of you because of the lasers, and she can't really get under you because you're on the ground and you're like protecting the area in front of you from like wave dashes. You know, you could just fade back dare or whatever, you know. um and like, therefore she either wants to come in directly on top of you, which doesn't really work because you have the up tilt. So then she's like, okay, so I would definitely need to come in diagonally on you. But if she comes in diagonally on you, you have the back air, and you also have the laser, which will ruin her plans. And so you can laser her and then get a hit, you know, like laser nair, laser bear. You have these like sort, or even laser dare. You have ways to like kind of lock her in the air for a second, and like once you've locked her in the air with that laser, she's kind of stuck for a second. She doesn't really have like quick options to get out of the way. So she's kind of stuck in that spot. That's a spot for vulnerability. And then also, while she's doing these aerials, sometimes she might do like a back air, and you try to laser it, or you act like you're gonna laser it, but you don't. And then she just back airing above your head, and then you get a free up air or back air. So it's kind of like she is trying to get in on you, but she can't help both taking damage from lasers and also getting kind of beat up by like you lasering her and hitting her, or you just reacting to her drift and hitting her. So she kind of gets beat up by like all of those situations, and her goal is to kind of like sneak in on Falco looking for a rest like 4 times the stock, get beat up 3 out of those 4 times, and then get a rest the 4th time. But if when you never give her that rest the 4th time and you just win all of those situations, you just kind of beat her up and then you kill her. And there's not there's nothing Puff can really do from there. Like, it doesn't feel good to just wave dash right onto Falco. Wave dashing right onto Falco feels like, oh, this is my gamble that I do like 4 times the stock and I hope Falco doesn't hit me for it. But you know, when you jump in, or when you wave dash in as Puff, you're like, most likely I'm gonna get down aired or late back aired or something like that. So like,
Right.
I guess I'm trying to understand like how you're seeing it that's different from that. How do you
No, yeah,
feel
I
when
think
you're playing it?
yeah, I think it is 100%, like everything you said totally makes sense. I think that probably what my issue is as I'm thinking about it is just being comfortable enough at switching between recognizing when she's wave dash under a laser versus when she late got hit by a laser versus when she double jumped over it, and being ready to switch to either up airing, back airing, or up tilting her, because depending on how she attacks from above. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I think those different states, like they're all like little mini situations or like mini games that come up, and I don't think
Mm-hmm.
I'm like really comfortable yet at like jumping between them and being ready to play them every single time.
Mm-hmm.
uh and so it kind of ends, I end up like maybe getting scared and then like defaulting to like really panic options, and that's why it ends up feeling bad.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense. So another thing is that like you don't necessarily want to like stay in the exact same position because it lets Puff be trickier. Like if you give her five
Yeah, that's
seconds.
the other thing.
Mm-hmm. What?
No, I was just gonna say that's the other thing, is just it feels like if I sit in one place just lasering her, it also makes it easier for her to like set up some really tricky long sequence on me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why a lot of times you want to be dash dancing still, like in between a lot of this stuff. Is like, yeah, it kind of messes with your up tilt, but the up tilt only really works when she's right on top of you anyway, like coming straight down on you. So it's not too big of a loss usually, and it makes it really hard for her to pinpoint. Because, like, she kind of has, like, a harder game to play than you. Like, she has to avoid all this stuff while trying to get in. And so, like, if you're constantly changing the position, she doesn't have a super easy way to, like, plan out an attack. And a lot of times, those situations that come up where, you know, she goes for, like, a bear or a fair, and then she kind of whiffs in a bad way, that'll kind of be that'll like come up more often where she whiffs in a bad way and she just gets full hop dared or full hop bared or whatever, or short hop bared. Um, if you're changing positions, because she's more likely to like guess wrong on her drift and be in like a slightly wrong position if you're like constantly like moving around. So the main play, this is like my main algorithm basically, is Puff is on the ground, I do a high laser, does Puff wave dash towards me, then I will either dash back and laser, or I'll like cross up dare, or I will try to just fade back dare, depending on where I am on the stage mostly. You know, like if I'm in the corner and she wave dashes in, I'm probably more likely to go for like a cross up dare, or something like that, or a cross up bear. So basically I laser her. We covered the wave dash in, and then if she jumps, especially full hop, she's not really going to do the short hop, because if she short hop aerials and you laser her, you're just going to do like laser instant nair or laser instant dare, and she'll just get beat up. So she's, the majority of the time, she's going to be full hopping if she jumps. And so you get like, you do a high laser and she full hops into it. Now her options at this point are, she can do a dropping fair, like she can literally take laser and fast fall fair at you. Which is why a lot of times after you hit the high laser, if you see that she's just holding towards you, you do like a little dash back, dash in down air, because that'll beat it. Kind of like how you beat like Marth take laser fair. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, but like it's like way easier on Puff. And then, so a lot of times she'll jump up, and then, so her option is basically she can drift towards you and get down aired, or she can drift back, which is just a reset, and you can just laser her again. Or she will double jump out of it. And if she double jumps out of it, you have like a good full second to like position yourself on the ground into a different spot while she comes down. Because she has to do boop, and then she comes down. So if you laser her and you see her double jump, I just move to a different spot, look for a free back air or whatever. If I don't get it, maybe I move away again, and then I trap her with the high lasers a second time. And I just literally repeat that plan forever until I win the game.
Yeah. Okay, so that totally makes sense. I think the wave dash under laser thing, I agree that like it shouldn't really be a big deal. I think it's kind of taking up mental space in my brain and making me more concerned than it should be.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the problem is that when she does full jump or jump into a laser, it feels to me like I have trouble kind of reacting to if she jumps into the laser and then playing the mix-up correctly from there. And then also, or I don't know, it's more like sometimes I'm like trying to consider all the things she could do if she jumps into the laser. Like if I shoot her and she jumps into it, could she take laser falling fair at me, or could she take laser double jump? And then like being able to like comfortably switch to, okay, I think she's going to take laser double jump, like the mind state that I need to be in to be ready for that. I don't know. I think it's just something I need to practice. Is my guess.
It's kind of like text chasing, where like when you laser her, you look for the fair in, and then when you confirm whether it's the fair in or not, like if she double jumps, it's kind of like, you know, reacting to a tech roll, where it's like you're looking for the fair. Is she gonna fair? Is she gonna fair? She doesn't fair. She double jumped. Okay, you can just react to that, and you have plenty of time.
Okay.
Like you have a considerable amount of time to move. I still want to get into the game after. Let's finish this one, and then I kind of want to just get into the game for a split second and test it, if you're down.
Yeah, sure.
If you feel like it's too inconvenient, we can just keep doing the VOD analysis. It's just like what I was personally thinking.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up to you,
I'll
though.
see if I can get my PC set up.
Okay. So like right here also, you have enough time to laser here. I'm telling you, you have plenty of time to laser here. She is not going to be able to reach you. I know it's scary, but it's really, you really do have time to laser here.
Yeah.
So yeah, look at when she does this double jump. Look at how much time you have to react. So she jumps in, and then she double jumps. So look at this. That's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 4, 5, 6. Like, it's like what 40 frames before she can actually get down and hit you. Even if she like came right down and hit you, that's a freaking long time. Like it's so long for her to get down after that. As soon as you see the double jump, it's not the same interaction anymore. As soon as she double jumps, it's like, oh sick, she gave me ground control, I'm gonna reposition and play the game again. She can do like a silly little thing where basically she double jumps repeatedly into the lasers to drain her jumps so that she gets like a really fast double jump at the end. But honestly, without her double jumps, she's in kind of like a rough position, and it's not that good for her to like drain her double jumps. She can get like a little mix up or something, but then like most of the time, it just makes her coming down more predictable.
Right.
Okay, good. You catching her on that whiff. And so it's like, why does she do this back air? It's like she does this back air because she thinks you're going to try to, like, laser from too close or something. And you're like, nah, I'm not going to make that mistake. Like, she thinks you're probably going to, like, aerial or laser right here, so that's why she goes for this. And that, because you changed the position, her whiffing the aerial is a super free hit. Nice free opening.
Right.
But then, once you're in this position right here, you need to have lasers out like this. Like, what good is this gonna do? You know, oh, she's gonna full hop bear my shield and maybe I get a hit. Like, nah, there's no reason to be shielding there. You're just, and like the roll too, you're just like, it's Jigglypuff, and it's like, dude, it's fine. Like, she can't even get you over here. Like, she doesn't even have a move that'll reach you. Like right here, like you're chilling. She's kind of in disadvantage here. Yeah, she can like short hop back air, but her short hop back air would lose to your short hop down air. You know, it's like you could just full hop out of the corner. You can freaking go to ledge. You can freaking, you know, do a down air in place and it'll probably hit her. It's like you have a lot of options here rather than like panic roll.
Yeah, for sure.
Somebody in chat said, has her short hop back air lose to Falco's dare? It's because it's slow. Her bear takes forever to come out, and you just hit her while she's doing it. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what's going on now. You just gave up on the plan entirely. Side being from ledge out of fear. Rolling into rest. Yeah, wow. Okay.
Yeah, for sure. Just panicked really hard.
Mm-hmm. I used to be like this against Puff as Fox because I didn't have any matchup experience for a long time. So I just sort of, like, imagined Puff as this demon who could cover all these options that she can't really. Oh, this is a Falco Ditto?
Oh yeah, this was the other game that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
But yeah, I think you're right. I think it's just a general like lack of experience that I have against Puff that's like making it really complicated for me and like scarier than it should be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean we could go into the game and talk about it, or we can just go into this one. Like I don't know, whatever you want to do right now.
So I'm not at my setup right now, so it might take a few minutes. So in the meantime, we can talk about this, and if I get there before the hour's up.
Okay. So what are your thoughts on this Falco Ditto then? Like, what are you looking for out of this analysis?
I think I want to. I mean, I'm pretty sure my overall game plan feels like it's okay. I feel like it's probably some details, and I think that's kind of a big thing for me in the Falco Ditto is making sure I understand a lot of like nuanced situations, really complex, like on a complex level. So just kind of looking to get as much insight as I can on all the like laser interactions.
Okay. What were you doing here after this laser? What was your plan?
I was trying to crouch cancel shine.
Okay, that is the correct option there. Looks like you were maybe just a little too high up when the laser caught you then. Makes sense.
Yeah, or like I think my thumb slipped and I accidentally side beat. So.
I see. Okay. I see. Okay, well, the CC there was definitely what you should be thinking in that spot. So, yeah, the laser at this range, basically, if the laser puts you in a range where you can comfortably pressure them, like, basically unreactably with, like, an aerial or another laser, then you want to do your laser. So basically, the fundamental piece of this matchup, the piece that, like, every other piece of the matchup is built off of, is... are you going to get hit by their move immediately? If the answer is no, then you need to have a laser out. And so that's true on both sides. So if you have this laser out, let's see, right here. So if you, it was good, this full hop was good, and you get laser control, but you're not at a range, like, if you lasered him right here, then, like, you're now in the range where either of you lasering again could be punishable.
Right.
So, okay, so this is too far to punish a laser. So, like, if you laser him and then you run over here and do an aerial immediately, and he takes this laser and does a laser, he is obeying the number one rule, that his laser coming out will not get punished by you, therefore he wants to laser. And so you see how that's a right decision on his end, right? Because he wants a laser out at all cost, and you're too far away to stop him with your moves. So he definitely wants a laser out here. But the advantage that you have is because you hit this first laser, you get the second laser for free. That's what the laser control is. So it's like so from your end, it's also, can he punish my laser? And you're like, well, he definitely can't, because, you know, he's over here. And also, I know for sure I can get a second laser. So if you did a second laser, like right here, you would now be in a range where lasering becomes scary, and you have laser advantage off this laser. So then you have more options out of that. But at this range, you got laser control, but then once you basically just run into fight here, the fact that you got that laser and you got laser control doesn't mean anything, because you weren't at a close enough range to utilize it. The only benefit of getting a laser at this range is the fact your laser control will allow you to get the next laser if you both laser. So he wants the laser here, you want a laser here, but because you hit this laser, you get the advantage of you get to actually laser him before his laser comes out. That is, like, the advantage if you do an instant laser. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, so you gave up laser control here, and you basically just scrapped with him, so that makes sense why you got hit. Good shot at a shield. Okay. Okay, so this was really good by you. So you get the laser. Once again, though, what was this shield? You get the laser. So you're shielding, thinking, I'm going to laser, and then dash shield, and he'll jump in and hit my shield or something like that?
Wait, can you play it again?
Yeah. Right here.
Yeah. And then I dash shield. Oh, I think maybe I was waiting for him to, like, spot dodge, like, do something panicky out of the side B end lag after I lasered him.
So then what would shielding here do?
It also just keeps me safe in case he does something like take laser up tilt immediately or take laser back here.
Right, but you're too far away for those to hit.
Yeah, I think it was, like, I didn't recognize the spacing, but that was the thought I had.
Okay, yeah. Take laser up tilt and take laser back air. You should never shield those ever. You should exclusively be beating those by dashing.
Yeah, that's true. That's bad.
So, so right here, when you hit this laser, this is close enough to the point where he does not feel comfortable lasering. He can hard read you with a laser here, but it's usually not very comfortable because you could just come in. But if you laser him here and you dash dance and wait for his panic option, and he decides to just laser you, he now has advantage. Like, his read got him from this disadvantage into his laser control. So
Right.
that is kind of like the mix-up. But you do have like a lot of pressure here. So in this position, you're basically, your options are use this spacing to get another laser because because the laser hit him and he didn't CC it. He can't actually attack you. Like, he can't reach you. If you laser again right here, none of his moves would ever reach you before this laser came out. So you're able to hold him in place with a laser. You're able to attack. You're able to dash dance to delay your approach. So either you approach with an aerial, approach with a laser, or wait a second, approach with an aerial, wait a second, approach with a laser, or laser again. Those are basically the only options you care about in this position. So you basically just do whichever one you think is correct here, but shield is not part of that.
Right.
So this is really good. This is what I wanted to show right here, is you get this laser, so you get laser control, and he's in the air and everything. This is great. So you get a big approaching laser here. You get an immediately approaching laser to here for free. And so you don't take it, which is okay. You kind of just pre-plan this sequence, but I'm telling you that would have been optimal there, is to jump in laser. So but you get this laser, he shields. Now you take the opportunity to jump in laser. Notice that you have laser control because when he tries to laser you, he fails because you get the lasers out. And then you catch him falling here, and you should have gotten a shine, but you just kind of got hit. But that was correct otherwise on how to play like the laser neutral.
Yeah, for sure.
So this was a much better thing by him. So he lands this laser, and you shield it. He CCs the power shielded laser, and then he does dash in, and he dashes away. This is the more correct response to this back air because he should get a free punish. He, for whatever reason, lasers here instead of down air punishing or shining or anything. I don't really get that, but whatever.
Right.
Okay, then there's like a little bit of a scramble, and you die to that. Okay, laser. We need the lasers. Okay, so this was just pretty solid, which was like you got hit, the lasers traded, but because your laser hit second, you are in laser advantage. And so you basically took the fact that you thought he was going to do like a jump in place type option, which is totally fine. He's in the corner. He can't really get away. He could have just wave dashed to edge, but even then, this nair is pretty good. So this is like not a bad gamble or like read to make. You get this. Okay, missed the edge guard. It happens. It's really hard to edge guard Falco. Missing your tech chases. Those are pretty important. So you get this laser. Let's see what happens here. So laser. So so this is something that happens pretty often in this matchup, which is like laser and then they double jump out of it. Usually the best option is just get out of their range and then laser, like high laser. Because the way, like, their option here is they have a mix-up. First of all, they have a mix-up on their drift. And second of all, they have a mix-up on whether they aerial or laser. So you don't really want to, like, super space around the down air and then hit them on their landing all that often. Because they have the potential to laser you here. But if all you have to do against this is do, like, a high laser. And if you high laser, no matter what timing they do on their laser, they can't laser you. So you have like a very asymmetrical position here where you can just laser him out of the air, like right here, or maybe even down here, and then just jump in and get like a late dare pressure, or even like laser instant nair or whatever.
Right, and is that kind of like a read that you have to do the laser and then immediate high laser? Because you're going to take laser and double jump?
No, the high laser catches him coming down from the double jump.
Yeah,
you can react to him double jumping, and then you just move out of the way and laser his landing.
Oh, laser his landing. You don't mean like laser him out of the air from his double jump, right?
No, laser him out of the air before he lands from his double jump.
Oh, you can do that on reaction?
Yeah, it's the same
I feel
thing.
like whenever I try to do that, I feel like I'm too slow. But
It's the
maybe
same.
I'm
It's
just
the
not
same thing. Like when Falco full hops, like you get like on this stage, you hit a laser, and then Falco does that thing where he full hops because he's trying to like come down from his full hop with a laser. And
Uh-huh.
you can just time him coming down from his full hop and hit a high laser, and then you get a high laser up tilt, high laser shine, high laser anything.
Right.
So you do that
Okay.
same thing out of the double jump, where if you laser and he goes for that double jump, he's super limited where he is in the air, so you just move right outside of his maximum range, shoot a high laser, and you have a guaranteed advantage state.
Okay. I feel like it takes a long time for me to react to the laser hitting him initially out of the air and then him double jumping out of laser hit stun. But I don't know if that's normal.
Like, it takes you a long time to react to which part in particular? Sorry.
So like I laser him jumping in the air and then he takes laser double jumps.
Mm-hmm.
That part, the take laser double jump, that takes me a while to process. And so I feel like it's kind of hard to on reaction shoot a high laser again that stuffs him before he can fall and land with his double jump.
Hmm. Uh, I mean, it's kind of some like a situation that happens quite a bit. I feel like in terms of like having a character falling on you from high up and then you just high laser them out of it. Um.
Yeah.
Yeah, like basically as soon as you see the double jump ring from him take so like if he gets lasered out of the air, the you he like no one is gonna do like take laser into delayed double jump, like that's not really a thing, so, because he'll just it's like the worst of both worlds because he gets hit out of the instant like laser instant hit. Like normally that's what they're doing is they get hit by the laser and they double jump to avoid you hitting like laser nair or something like that, or getting caught in like that like landing mix up. But then like as soon as they do that, they have like a very limited drift because they're not dashing or anything out of their double jump. They have like a very limited like cone that they can drift into. And so as soon as you see the double jump visual, then you can just move out of the way and just kind of shoot a laser where you know is the right spot. It's like you don't need to react to them coming down, you know, because they are going to come as soon as the double jump starts. They're definitely going to come down, and like
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong. Is I'm trying to like look and see where they're drifting with their double jump, but I should just look for the ring and just like if I see
yeah,
them
because
double
like
jump
you're
at
right
all, I should.
here, and then you see. Okay, well this was different because you grabbed there, but like I think it's right. Did we pass it? We might have passed it.
I think we passed it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is. Yeah. Okay. Wait. No. But this is that grab. Where was the? Was it the grab? Was that the one? I thought there was like a. That might have been the one that we ended up talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just right here. As soon as he does this, you should just dash dance. I just do like dash dash high laser, and he has to come down into it. He doesn't have any options.
I.
So yeah,
That
like
makes sense.
if we look at
And
how
you're
much.
like so like I guess just like in this situation,
Yeah.
like what you would do is you would dash preemptively after shooting this laser because you obviously can't dash on reaction to the
Mm-hmm.
double jump, but you're already dashing and then you just see him double jump and then you choose the high
Yeah, like
laser.
I would dash in here because I'm gonna like try to like get like a late dare pressure or something like that,
Right, right.
or like a late nair.
Okay.
So I dash in, and then I see this, and as soon as I see this, I just go dash back laser, or like
Okay.
dash back, dash in high laser, or like not dash in, but like dash back, dash like right here, like high laser,
Okay.
and then he has to come down into this laser, and then I have a big advantage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, you can see it from his timing. Like if you look at the timing from his end, and he gets hit right here, and then this laser would be like pew, you know, it'd be coming out like right here, and it would hit him right here before his laser comes out, and then you have a big advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. I'll keep that in mind. I think I've never thought about the double jump like that.
And it works on his full hop too.
Right.
Yeah, like right here. This is, you don't have like necessarily a guaranteed one here because he has like a couple mix-ups, and it looks like you were just a little bit late. But like you could definitely, if you're here, and especially on this stage, if you get like, if you have an advantaged position, well, also you shouldn't really be lasering here anyway. This is okay. This is more complicated than I thought. But basically, if you end up in a spot where Falco rolls like this, you should always react to this roll by just jumping in with a laser or an instant aerial. Falco can't really defend himself.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Okay, that makes sense. I should have. If I saw that he was rolling, I would have seen that more clearly. That there's no reason not to just go in.
Yeah, and then like right here, it's just like, oh, I'm just gonna shoot a high laser, and it would hit him like right there. So bam.
Yeah.
So like if I had, you know, if you reacted to this double jump and you just instantly high laser, just like as soon as you're aware of it, like right here, you're like jump, but you do it like this much later, and then he just barely catches you out of it.
Yeah, this happens all the time. Like in this matchup, it's one of my like big frustrations. Is it feels like I can't like anti-air laser their double jump on reaction. But I think that makes sense. I'll start looking for the ring.
I actually use it here a lot too. Like right here, I will do the high laser here into forward tilt, like dash back to this range so none of his aerials hit me, turn around high laser or like middle height laser as he's landing, catch him, and then forward tilt, and then grab, you know, jump off back air. And he wouldn't have gotten that edge grab.
Right. Okay. That's good.
Right there, like laser F tilt, he doesn't get this recovery ever.
Yeah. I like that.
Okay, good recovery. If you recognize that someone is like here when you grab ledge, you should always just ledge dash.
Yeah, I need to practice ledge dashing because my ledge dashes are sucking lately. So
I feel you.
Yeah.
Nice. And this is
really bad.
Yeah, and this is really tempting, but like, yeah, if you're at high percent and you end up in this spot, always go to center. Because right. Even if you win this mix-up somehow, he can still just laser forward tilt, and he just got the forward tilt.
Yeah.
This is kind of what I'm talking about, where they go for like the high jump, and then you just catch the laser as they come down like that, and then you have this big advantage. Like what I would do here. Okay, so what I would have done right here, as soon as I recognize that I'm gonna land this laser, right here, I just instantly
dash forward.
I just dash forward, and then I basically either 50-50 here between short hop, late dare, or dash dance once and look for the roll, and if he doesn't roll, then jump in for the late dare, and that's pretty much it. Or nair, because he's in the corner, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You messed up your laser attempt. I saw that. Aha! So this was really good right here because you are slightly at the range here where he can't beat laser. So like think about it. If Fox can't get on you at this range, Falco definitely can't get in on you at this range. So you have the advantage of you get this nice laser out here. It was really close, but you did get it out.
Yeah.
And then that gives you this free shine. So recognizing that range and like the subtlety between it barely not being in range and barely being in range is like really important. This is something that'll happen a lot on stages like this where you miss this laser and he comes down with this laser. So as soon as you recognize that you missed this laser right here, you need to know that like, hey, if you were this Falco, you have one answer to this laser missing, and it's dropping and lasering. Like, there is literally no other button that Falco will ever press here, because no other button is worthwhile.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So, like, in this spot, then, would you, like, dash back shield his falling laser, or would you, like, instant double jump over it? Or full hop yourself? Yeah,
so you have a couple options here. One of them would just be to dash away, and then like, man, there's a lot of options you can do here. Okay, so your options here are you can CC, because if you CC his laser, you're not really super laser controlled quite as much.
Right.
Or you can see him coming down and do like an instant double jump or a full hop here, and then come down with your own laser. That is also very completely acceptable. Especially once you recognize it this early that you won't be able to get another laser out. If you just full hop up, and then now he's in this spot where like he's landing here and then you're landing here, and if he double jumps, you'll still land before him. So he doesn't really have like options. The only thing I would say about the instant double jump is you do the instant double jump here, and then you're like here, and then right before he lands, he double jumps, but now you're gonna land first, and now he kind of has that thing on you, So like,
yeah.
That is kind of like what the game becomes, is like this landing timing war. So you just definitely don't want to move in here because he won this battle, so you're just giving him like a close range laser for free, and he capitalizes on it.
Right, yeah, for sure.
This matchup is so fascinating.
Yeah, it's
just like a crazy positional battle. Your reaction tech chases are really weak. It's giving you it's giving you a really rough time in a lot of spots where it shouldn't be.
I think I actually feel more comfortable reaction tech chasing Fox than Falco. I actually don't really know how I'm supposed to reaction tech chase Falco on FD.
Usually my strategy as Falco tech chasing, and I do this versus both Fox and Falco, is I just cover 3 out of 4.
Well, so, like, can you give an example? Like, do you cover like miss tech?
Yeah, like I'll like
all the miss tech options.
Yeah, like for example, like right here. I think it was earlier. Maybe it was even earlier. We'll see. Okay, like right here. So from this spot, you basically, my process is I look, so I basically choose a side here. I say, okay, do I think he's gonna go left or do I think he's gonna go right? And then what I do is I look for, the little, about this, right? Like the leg split.
Yeah.
So if you see the leg split or you see the mistech thing, then you either up tilt or shine, depending on like what you want to do here. But you should, like, basically, my tech chasing algorithm is I am going to cover tech in place or miss tech all the time. No one should ever be able to tech in place this close to me ever without getting shine. Like, they should straight up never, ever, ever get it. Then what I do is I try my best to react to either this one or this one if it's not this. Because Falco can't really realistically get to both super cleanly. But so the thing is, the tech rolls are more of like if I'm super on point right now, I'll be able to get these rolls. And also you can sometimes even get spots where if they roll and you're a little late, you can still get like an approaching laser pressure and basically still just have your whole combo going. So the important thing is to never, ever, ever miss this one. And then the rolls are kind of extra, and you're never really going to be able to cover both rolls anyway. And so it's normally, as long as I always get the in-place or mistech, and I at least sometimes get one of the rolls, that's pretty good for Falco. But you can't be letting these up to read tech this way.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. I think my priorities are backwards because I think, or not backwards. It's just that like sometimes I will 100% always cover tech in place or miss tech, but then like sometimes I'll only look for tech rolls. Mm-hmm. And I think that like I should probably just always focus on covering the miss tech or tech in place.
Yeah, and because then, there are points when like you're in a corner or you're on a platform where like your opponent is in the corner kind of like maybe 2 character lengths from the edge, and you hit them and then they tech in place, or like they tech right near the edge, but you are slightly closer to center, so they're on like the corner side. in those positions, you can react to all options. Like, you can react to the tech towards the edge with, like, a forward smash or whatever. You can react to the tech back with a running shine or a dare. And you can react to the tech in place with an up tilt or a shine. And so, like, in those positions, you should be able to react to everything. But the more, like, open the position is, the harder it is for Falco to cover the rolls. And so, like, you should still always be covering tech in place. Like, that isn't, like, a viable... Like, it should basically become a distinction of, like, I am going to guess which way they tech roll, and then that is it. Because they never should be able to get away with the tech in place.
Yeah, okay, that totally makes sense. And
Like,
then as far as, like, which tech roll I guess, the tech roll that I can lean towards guessing more often than not would be probably the one that's, like, closer to center stage. So that way I don't, like, give it up in case I miss the tech chase.
Yeah. I agree with that. And it, like I said, it depends on the matchup and the percents and, like, your goals at that time and stuff like that. But that is generally what I will do. Sometimes you can kind of cover all of them just because of where you're at, but most of the time you're not going to be, like, on them as they tech. You're going to be kind of on one side or the other. So I usually sort of make some distinction between, like, what is better for them in the game, what's best for me. Like you said, like, you don't want to corner yourself and stuff like that. So yeah, no, against, like, let's say, like, a character like I guess, like, Marth or something like that, most of the time I will just cover tech in place, and then if he techs, I will, like, half cover tech in, and then I'll just leave him if he wants to tech towards the edge, because Marth going to the edge gives me a big advantage anyway, or stuff like that. That's kind of like the style of how Falco tech chases, but you really don't want people to be able to tech in place against you. Like, you're a slow character, catching rolls isn't really your thing, but, like, you do have a shine and an up tilt, and so, like, at the very least, they shouldn't be able to tech in place ever.
Yeah, for sure. That makes sense.
Okay, we have a couple minutes left. What, any other thoughts you have or ideas about this lesson, stuff like that?
I think, no, that makes sense. I guess for Puff, I'm gonna have to, like, just continue working on the game plan we talked about and making sure I'm, like, comfortable reacting to what she does after I laser her, that, like, ideal range outside of her threat zone, and then, like, yeah, I guess versus Falco, like, just ironing out some kinks, some little like bad decisions that I make when I laser him at certain spacings, and I definitely want to work on tech chasing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so something against Puff, I have, like, a little drill to kind of help you, is I want you to high laser Puff, and then if she double jumps out of it, I want you to just wave dash in twice, like dash, wave dash forward twice.
Okay.
And it'll basically just sort of show you of, like, wow, like, I high lasered her and she double jumped, and I got this much of a positional change for free. And you're really not going to get punished for it. Like, just the feeling of, like, she double jumped, and now I'm way over here, and I get to play it again. Rather than feeling kind of like she double jumped, and I am, like, stuck in place. Because you don't want to be stuck in place. Her double jumping frees you to move.
Yeah.
So I just want you to get used to that feeling of, like, wow, look at how much I can move as soon as she double jumps,
Yeah, for sure. Because that makes a lot of sense, because it doesn't feel like that to me right now. So
right, but you really can't. And, like, yeah, like, maybe it'll take a little time to get used to or whatever, but the mental adjustment of, like, knowing how much time you have, it's kind of like with Fox on Peach. When you wave shine Peach, people are like, man, like, I keep, like, I don't know, the idea is that basically you can actually hit wave shine, wave dash shine on Peach as Fox. That is, like, actually a thing. And it's like, well, that's kind of worthless. Why would you do that? But when you do it, you're like, and it for the rest of your life, when you wave shine Peach, you're like, I have so much time, So it's kind of like that. Right. By just doing this option, you'll kind of prove to your brain that, like, look, brain, like, she double jumped, and I got to move for a full 2 seconds in safety. And after your brain sees that enough times, it'll kind of just turn off that danger signal and, like, allow you to keep playing the game.
Yeah. Okay, that's really smart. I can even set that up in Uncle Punch too. I can like just
Mm-hmm.
record her getting shot at that range, and then just
Mm-hmm.
practice reacting to what she does.
And just don't be afraid. Like, if every time you're just chilling and you're like fortressing and Puff hits you, I want you to like either clip it or like, look back at the VOD or something, and just be like, oh, okay, how could I have avoided that? Should I have moved? Should I have done something? Like, because it really is like a foolproof plan. And if you're failing, it's just because you're not really doing the plan super right. So like,
Right.
I just want you to like sort of realize how confident you can be doing it. It's not like a scary plan where if you mess up it's over. That is not how it feels or should feel.
Yeah, I think that's a general mentality issue that I have. Like in every matchup, like I just like will stray from my game plan very often because like I get hit once and then I start getting hit more and then it's like snowballs and gets worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And I'm
I don't
sure
know.
I've
I feel
told.
like the only way I've been.
Hmm?
Sorry, I was just gonna say like yeah, the only way I've been like able to resolve the issue is just like ignoring the issue and just getting better at like incrementally improving the things that I don't understand so they just don't happen anymore.
Mm-hmm. And I tell this to like everybody, so I've probably told you before, but basically, if you follow your game plan to a T, if you follow it perfectly, and you lose, and even if you get four stocked, it's the easiest thing in the world. You just go look at the VOD, and every time you get hit, you say, this breaks my game plan, so therefore, you add one more tree branch. You say, okay, in this spot, I should have done this instead. And then there you go, you covered it up nice and clean, But if you don't stick to your game plan, for any reason, no matter how scared you get, no matter what the circumstances are, if you don't stick to your game plan, there is nothing you will ever learn from watching your VOD. Ever. Except...
Oh my god.
Except that you should have followed the game plan. That's it.
That's so relatable. I've watched so many VODs over the past like 3 months where I'm just like, yep, I just got hit again because I didn't follow my game plan. Like that's just like 80% of my notes now is just like chastising myself for not doing the right thing in a certain spot.
I feel it. So just follow it. Just literally I'm gonna do the game plan. No matter how dumb you feel or look or everybody's laughing at you for getting hit by Puff 3 times in a row or something. You're like, ah.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay. Because it's the game plan's fault. Not your fault. You just need to go and, adjust that game plan a little bit.
Right.
You gotta keep that in mind. Like, that is like the iron rule. Is just follow the game plan. It's so hard to stick to.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
It really is.
But you definitely still been improving, so I'm sure you can figure this one out. And kind of get over that element of your play. And it'll help so much against Puff, because against Puff, once you have, basically you have a game plan right now that's like 50% covering the matchup, but because it only covers half, you like imagine that the Puff is probably always doing the other half, and that like scares you into doing stuff. But like you should literally just be doing your half game plan, and then like watching the VOD and being like, okay, I need like 1 or 2 more things in this game plan to cover what they're doing.
Yeah. Like I should, like if I get hit, it should be because I did the right thing in the wrong spot, not because I'm doing like the wrong thing.
Yeah, and if you do the plan, and the plan turns out to be wrong, and you did the wrong thing in the wrong spot, or the wrong thing in the spot where you should have done something else, it's easy to adjust because you just look at the situation.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I would practice, in addition to the stuff we talked about matchup to matchup, I want you to just be the gameplay man. Like, sticky note on the forehead and everything, It's like,
yeah.
Game plan. Follow it.
Yeah, I really do try to, and I feel like I get incrementally better at it, but I gotta keep working on it for sure.
Yeah, you gotta follow it like you don't even know what's going on. Like, you gotta follow it like, like the screen is covered and your friend is just telling you what to do,
Yeah. you're just an automaton.
And you're sitting there, and your friend's like, all right, dash back laser, high laser, and you're like, you know, when your friend tells you to high laser, you don't know what's going on the screen. You just high laser, you know, and you gotta do that where it's like, you know, just sit there when you're playing on ranked or whatever, and just be like, I'm gonna do the game plan. And anytime you get hit, you're like that's kind of how I feel, honestly. Like that's why I've been enjoying the Puff matchup so much recently, and the Peach matchup, and the Luigi matchup, and all these whack matchups, is because it's like I have a foolproof game plan in my mind, and when I think about this character, I'm like, yeah, they never damage me. Puff doesn't do damage, Peach doesn't do damage, Luigi doesn't do damage. I should just JV5 every single one of these people who plays these characters on Earth. And then I play them and I get hit, and I'm like, that's great data for my game plan. Like, thank you for your sacrifice, you know, and I plug it in, and then suddenly, you know, that's another Peach player that can't even literally do damage to me, or another Puff that literally can't do damage to me.
Yeah, for sure. That's true. I kind of been thinking about that too. How like every loss I take is just me getting stronger, and my opponents just sacrificing themselves to me.
If you're following a game plan, that is. If you're not, every loss you take is just another exercise in futility. So.
That's true. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, man, good talking, and good luck with these things, and we'll talk more later. Let me know how the results go.
Yeah, for sure. I'll keep you posted.
All right.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, awesome, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Peace.